So you're looking at the tiny principality called Andorra. It's a very, very small country with about 80,000 people living. So it could fit the entire population inside a stadium like Madison Square Gardens or the Croke Park Stadium in Ireland. There's population 85,000, and the Croke Park Stadium in Ireland holds, I believe, 88,000. Croke Park capacity 82,000. So yeah, you can basically fit most of the people in the country into a football stadium. They have a very interesting population pyramid in the sense that there's a big gap in young people. Yeah, they've one of the lowest fertility rates that I've seen, 0.9, extremely, extremely small. But today I'm focusing on a few different things about Andorra. It is known as a tax haven. Something I didn't know about it is that it actually has two princes, and I didn't know who they were. So one is the president of France, whoever the president of France is at the time. So right now it's Emmanuel Macron, which makes him an elected monarch, according to Wikipedia. Andorra is a parliamentary co-principality with the Bishop of Urgell, I think, which is a Spanish part of Spain. Yeah, and the president of France as co-princes. This makes the president of France, in his capacity as the Prince of Andorra, an elected monarch. So that's just an extremely interesting fact that I didn't know before, and I wanted to make it clear in the video because I hadn't heard it. It just gave me a bit of a surprise. I think Andorra is the world's only co-principality to begin with, so it's an even stranger thing that then the president of France is the prince. But in terms of governing, I do believe they have a democratically elected government as well. There are just a few interesting things to see in Andorra. It's quite famous for skiing and for its mountains. I love these switchbacks. These are roads, and in order to climb up the mountain, they kind of go left, right, left, right. They kind of zigzag up because going straight up will be much, much too steep. I do have a person on the ground here just to take a bit of a look at these switchbacks, and the mountains are just amazing. So you can kind of see the way the road goes down there, and then it kind of goes up here, it goes left, and it heads up that way and further up and along. Let's see if we can just get a bit of an idea of what these switchbacks are about. I might just move up as far as the bend. Here's the corner, and they're just very scenic. Is that kind of typical scene from a movie, driving in the French Alps, Pyrenees, should I say? Just very, very beautiful. And the Tour de France, the cycling competition, also comes up roads like this. I do have a few tabs open on the Tour de France. The Tour de France is the world's most famous cycling competition. They are dressed up very colourfully. The yellow jersey is the guy who leads the race. And yeah, now and again it does come to Andorra. And a lot of the cyclists live in Andorra as well because it's a tax haven. As I said, the tax rates in Andorra are extremely, extremely low. I do have a tab on that as well. From 0 to 24,000, 0% tax. From 24 to 40, 5%. And everything above 40 is 10%. So handy out if that's what you want. But there are some issues. Housing crisis. Andorra is getting fed up with wealthy foreigners. Andorran MPs change real estate rules as internet celebrities and wealthy foreign investors flock to the tax haven for obvious reasons. Ban on foreign investment. Compulsory minimum level of Catalan expected. Yeah, but just fine because I mean it's a very small country. They can't have everybody flooding in, and if they have enough money, then yeah, I don't see a problem with that. They, as far as I understand, have got quite a good debt ratio, 35% of GDP. So they're not in a position that they need the money that badly. Things are. It's also important your standard of living. If people are going to live there, they should be able to speak the language after a while, or at least try and make an effort. But also, yeah, I mean, the amount of people that will be buying property just say that they live there and then mightn't even live in the region, and that pushes up house prices as well over time. So that's the issue with being a tax haven, of course. In terms of freedom, it's ranked as one of the most free countries in the world. And electricity, this is something a bit interesting. Right now, they are importing electricity from Spain. And when I typed in power plant Andorra, I got a power plant in Spain beside a town called Andorra in Spain. Let me quickly show you if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. So this is a power plant that used to exist, and this is the town of Andorra, which is not the country of Andorra. When we go to the power plant, however, we can see that it has been demolished. These were three large towers, and these were some infrastructure that was. I think this actually might be gone right now. This used to exist, but I think it has been destroyed. And I can show you a bit more of that. Here, the tower has been, let's say, what's the word? The official word for, yeah, this is a demolition process. There you can see those other parts of the energy plant. But yeah, those towers were destroyed. And I have a quick video here from this website, construction briefing. Let's quickly show you the part where it collapses. those are the parts that we can't see anymore, and you see all the sprinklers and stuff supporting the operation. Thought that was pretty cool to see. But okay, that wasn't in Andorra itself. And yeah, this was another picture of just how scenic and beautiful the landscape is. Different trees of different colors. Just yeah, seems very serene and very peaceful. You would have to get used to going up a lot of roads though that are very steep, um, if you wanted to actually live there. Yeah, just a very beautiful part of the world in general. This was a kind of a hydro system. Here you can kind of see a bit of a dam wall. If I put down this guy, you can kind of see it there. And there's some images of the inside of that system as well. I thought this was pretty cool to see as well. The old hydro electricity system from Andorra. In terms of population density, you can see this is one of the least dense population parts of Europe, just very empty. I believe it's somewhere here on this line, maybe there, quite calm in terms of that. And yeah, in terms of economy, pretty small economy. Even though it has that tax haven status, comes in 160th in the world or thereabouts. Yeah, interesting thing, they export tobacco products. I couldn't find though any tobacco factories, at least not on Google Maps. So that was a bit of a question for me as well. Most of the stuff goes to Spain, in terms of, yeah, Spain 40%, France 19, United States 11. Commodities, export integrated circuits, dental fitting supplies, cars, gold. So it seems like products come in there and they get moved through there. Currency, euros have replaced the franc and the Spanish peseta. I can't pronounce that properly. And yeah, it seems like a very small, little, interesting country. I wanted to do a quick video on it, just exploring some of the interesting things. There isn't too much about military here. They don't have much of an army. I did have a tab open about that. Army of Andorra has no army or armed forces. They rely on Spain and France under treaties of good neighbourliness, friendship, and cooperation.